So what is going on, people? Welcome to episode 34 of the Sheffield Wednesday career mode here on EFC 24. Hope you're doing well. And well, today it's going to be all of January, I think. If we have a look at what is in the calendar, not a very busy month in terms of games. We have this first game of the episode, which we are going to sim away at Reading in the FA Cup. Obviously, depending on how we get on in that game, we'll probably get another game here, I would imagine. But we'll play the Palace game. And then depending on cup situation, we'll probably include the United game as well, maybe Brighton. But we'll certainly have the end of the transfer window, I would imagine, as well. So if you are looking forward to this episode, make sure you pop a like on there for me, subscribe to the channel. And well, yeah, I mean, last time out, if we have a quick look, it started not great. A 5-1 defeat at Anfield. You can see there, 3 games in a row where one team scored 5 goals. We then lost in it, well, my head fell off against Sheffield United, I will admit, and we lost that game 2-0. But then we recovered to beat Southampton 4-0, so a very good performance in that one. We have made a couple of new additions as well this month already, with some players leaving us. You know, the likes of Ben Osborne, Leif Davis, Afori had left us as well. So we have brought in James Trafford from Burnley for about £18 million. And we also brought in Christian Mosquera as defensive backup from Forest at the time for about £10.5 million. So we've got about £13 million left to play with. Not much you could probably do with that, with how much we need to improve the squad in terms of ratings and being able to get players for decent, you know, for that cheap with good ratings. So we'll have to see how things go. It might be a sort of sell to buy situation, but we'll have to wait and see. For now, though, we will just go ahead and sim this game against Reading and see how we get on. So we're just going to sim this one away at, well, the Select Car Leasing Stadium, as it's now known. But yeah, this is the team we're going with. So Cooper is going to be in goal. Back four, Mosquera. Oh, it says it's -3. When I chose the team, it was only -2. Either way, he's going to play at right back for his full debut. Osho and Kaiki into the middle with Brian on the left. Wintle and Hughes in the middle. Paveda on the right. Windass through the middle. McAteer on the left. Cantero up top. Hopefully, we have enough about us in this match to get a result. And we do indeed. A fairly handsome victory. It is 3-1 in total. Cantero with a hat-trick. Lewis Wing with the consolation for them. Just seeing there. So they played Joel Pereira, Abrayford, Guinness Walker, Binden, Carson, Savage, Aziz Elliott. That defence is very second string. The forward line, not too bad. So yeah, comfortable win for us then. We are progressing into the next round. I couldn't see any shocks in there. Right, back to league action then. And Crystal Palace, who look... We are, at, well, 16th in the table, Crystal Palace, so hopefully we can go to Selhurst Park and pick up a decent point. So for the first played game of this episode then, this is how our host Palace line up. Henderson in goal, back four of Dodo, Ibanez, Holding and Parisi. Decore and Clem Holding ahead of them. Raksaki on the right, Vargas on the left, who scored a wonderful goal against Italy in the Euros not too long ago. And then Matt O'Reilly, wow, 84 rated now, behind Simon Banza. And some decent Garnacho there on the bench room. So decent players in there for Palace, that is, for sure. We are back to a full complement. So Trafford in goal, back four, Patterson, Cannon, Alvarez and Pires. Alvarez up to 80 now. Bookstash and Esprilla in the middle, Franca through the 10, Skov on the right, Barrios on the left, Fernino up top. Considering the changes that we made against Southampton, some of these players obviously didn't feature. So it will be interesting to see, now we're supposedly at full strength, or what I deem to be full strength, what sort of performance some of these players that weren't included, the likes of Fernino, the likes of Skov, how they get on against Palace. Banza on the edge to check Decore. Esprit needs to get there. It's a double deflection, and we will bring this one away. No, we won't. Barrios has lost the ball in an uncomfortable position here, and Dodo back to Raksaki. Oh, and he spun his man superbly well. And that is a finish to boot. Very good play from, is it Jasserin? Something like that? Raksaki. But we were just too gung-ho defensively. Esprit charging around like an absolute madman. And, well, Alvarez can't get close to him, but there's no keeper in the world. Even with the good start that Trafford had made to his Sheffield Wednesday career, no keeper in the world is saving that strike. That is right in the top corner. It's Jesserin. I wasn't far off. But yeah, not the best start against Palace. Defensively looking a bit suspect already. 1-0 to the hosts. Push this out to Patterson now. And Skov has got a run on Parisi here. We'll try and get a ball in if we can. He's ended up winning a corner. Robert Skov. And he will whip the corner in himself. Aiming for Fernandinho. And it's just about headed away. Can we get on the seconds? No, we can't. And now Palace potentially could start a counter of their own. Alvarez forces them back. But again, ball up to Banza. And he's got a lot of pace, this boy. So it's going to be hard to catch him. Gaston Alvarez gets back at him. A lovely piece of play. Can we get a block on it? We do just about. Reggie Cannon gets something on the shot. And it will be behind for a corner. And these Palace players are causing us all sorts of problems going forward. Really well worked into the area. Oh, we can't decide who we want on that. And Trafford makes a decent stop down low as well. That doesn't look like Upamecano to me, but interesting. Well, we did have a problem defensively in terms of numbers, but thankfully... Oh, Spria is giving the ball away. And again, it could be a dangerous position. And it has been indeed. And we've been punished for our mistake because Simon Banza has just fired that into the back of the net again. I think that was an in off the underside of the bar. So very little that James Trafford could do. But Spria just caught dallying on the ball. A nice little... No, it's not even... It's not quite off the underside of the bar, but certainly off the... into the roof of the net. And... It's not going well for us in the capital on this occasion. They're in again here, Palace. Oh, where is the defence gone? Inexplicably, the defence has just gone absolutely walking there. No idea what's going on. It's 3-0. It's game over. And much like the Fulham game, just get it, just get this off my screen. Get it done. We move on. Back to Perez. It's been shepherded well by Raksaki. Espria. Oh, nice little turn from Franca against his former club, and he will have a goal. Mateus Franca on his former stomping ground. That's not quite what I wanted. But it's a lovely one of those balls just standing on the shoulder of the defender. Play it into the gap. Spins his man. Allowed it to run quite near to the byline, but was still able to get a good finish on it. Got the angle on the finish. And, yeah, has done very well against his former side to get us a goal back into this game. And Franca's in again here. Could he be in for a second? Mateus Franca across the goal. And a good save by Henderson. Well, there goes the full-time whistle. And, yeah, it was pretty much constant, but after we'd scored, constant bombardment from them on our goal. Trafford made 2 or 3 saves, but I just wanted the game over. So yeah, really poor performance from us, and some performances in recent games have just made me lose my head, and it's just not what we want. But interestingly, we haven't had, despite progressing, either the cup draw's not come, or it's come later than we thought. Interesting. We'll have to wait and see. Well, the cup draw was done very late. It's deadline day, and we're playing Bournemouth away, and I'm just going to sim this game. Bournemouth are in the Championship, but I'm not too fussed about the FA Cup, to be perfectly honest, so I'm more interested in what we can maybe potentially do on deadline day. We've had a couple of offers that we've rejected, and an offer from Sassuolo for Osho, and we also had an offer from Forest, I want to say, for Reggie Cannon. No, it was definitely for Cannon, but I think it was Forest. And they're offering like 12 million. Mate, if you want Reggie Cannon, I'm going to want like 20. And they weren't willing to give that. So, buzz off. Anyway, this is the team. I think it's the same team that played Reading. But Cooper in goal, Mascara at right back with Kaiki and Osho in the middle, Brian at left back. Winterland Hughes in the middle, Provader on the right, McAteer on the left, Windass in behind Cantero. This is going to be a harder match, but hopefully one we can still get a good result of, and we're out of the cup. And convincingly so. McAteer on the score sheet for us, but a late Clivert goal gives Bournemouth a win. I'm not that bothered at the end of the day. So that's our cup run done. And now, as we said, we can focus on deadline day. Well, first bit of business of deadline day done. And it's maybe not a piece of business that actually you would be expecting from us. It's a loan deal. It's a short-term loan deal. But for 6 months, this kid doesn't look too bad. Elias Sala, who is a regen or a new gen in this game, on loan from Sevilla, 78 overall. Went for a bit of a punt. We're paying 16 grand a week of his wages, but it's literally 50-50. But I just saw this guy and thought, you know what? If we can try and see if we can get him in. And he's agreed to come in for a few months. So that's not a bad little addition at all. Well, another new signing is in the building, this time in the form of central midfield. You may recognise him from that player face, but he is an absolute mammoth of central midfield. A whole 6'5", costing us just over £9 million. Sanderberger from Burnley is in the van. We've handed Burnley £27 million in this transfer window so far, but 27 is Sanderberg now, but 77. Winter was not 73, he's 74. But I think you'll agree for £9 million. Yeah, this team, that's such a good upgrade on a 3-year deal. Is earning a hefty wage, 33 grand a week, but it was only a couple grand more than he was earning at Burnley. So yeah, there were some other options that we were looking at in central midfield, but some younger options in there as well. But I just liked how well-rounded Berg was and what he could offer us in the centre of midfield. So, yeah, that was a good piece of business for us. Very happy with that indeed. He'll slot straight into the middle of midfield. No offers in as of yet. No offers for any of our players as of yet. I'm going to keep this Erin Dinkchi guy on the short list. But yeah, so Berger's in, but no offers for any of our players as of yet. And well, with Sanderberger coming into the building, that meant that unfortunately there was no longer room in the squad for Ryan Wintle, who is going to be leaving us on this deadline day. And he's chosen Fulham for just over 3.6 million. Did have the option to go to Feyenoord, but it's staying in the Premier League. But yeah, decent little deal for us, brings some good money in. But yeah, just sadly outgrown him, but he was a little sort of favourite of mine, was Ryan Wintle, just because he was sort of one of those players that come out of nowhere and played really well for us. So yeah, we did have an offer from Cannon from Brentford, but yeah, no dice, I'm afraid. Only a few hours left of the window now, so I can't imagine too much else will happen. We've stopped looking in terms of business in. It's just a case of whether any business is out. Pervader deal from Porto, 5.5 million. I'm going to say no. They're only offer up to 6. I'd probably want about 8.5. So I'm going to say no. Plus it's already quite late on deadline day, so it's going to be a no from me, Duke, on that one. But that, I think, will be the end of our deadline day, and so it shall be. Fairly happy with where the squad is now, I must be honest. I think it's a pretty good squad. And certainly, sort of good for the level that we're at. Yeah, happy with that. Salah's going to come in. I'm going to try him up front, Salah. I wasn't sure where to play because he can kind of play anywhere, but he's got a lot of pace. So I thought, let's try him up front. So I'm going to have him go in behind, because Nino hasn't really been at it the last few games. Then again, Skov is trying my patience, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, and then Burger's obviously straight into the side as well. With the money that we've accrued from that, we've got 6 million quid. I might actually try and get another scout or two, because we've only been scouting England and Spain this entire time, but it's because I've just been using all the money to improve the squad, whereas now I feel like I'm actually at a good enough place. I might get in another scout or two. I might get a youth scout actually, because our academy has been non-existent. So yeah, we press on. I'm going to do that in the background, but we've got United now to finish the episode, and hopefully we can pick up a fairly similar result to the one we did against them earlier in the season. Well, for this final game of the episode then, this is how our visitors Man United line up. Ramiro in goal, back four of Calabria, Bremer, Maguire and Brandon Williams. Casemiro and Marcel Ruiz holding. Can't say I've heard of Marcel Ruiz. Greenwood on the right, interestingly. Rashford on the left, Pellegrini in the 10 behind Rasmus Højlund. Some very good options on the bench for them as well. I'll actually go through, I remember at the end of this episode, some January deals. Yeah, so this is what we're looking like. Trafford in goal, back four as you'd expect. Patterson, Cannon, Alvarez, Perez. Berg is coming in for a full debut alongside Pukstas. Franker in the 10, Skov on the right. We're going to try Sala up top with Barrios on the left-hand side. So it could be sort of like before, where Sala, we're going to look to get Sala in behind, see if that makes the difference in terms of creating more goal-scoring opportunities. Like we said, Firmino operates much more as a target forward, but is still willing to get in behind on occasion. We've definitely seen that. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Salah operates. Has got a lot more pace than Firmino. There is no option to buy or obligation to buy. It's just a straight up 6th month loan on... Oh my goodness. Oh God, we didn't get that out of trouble. And Højlund, well, Trafford has to make the save. I panicked there. I was trying to get the room for the clearance, but they're just harassing me and I couldn't get it away. And now I have tried to get it away and they've blocked it. Rashford into the area and Trafford has to make the save again. Early pressure from United, which we are not appreciating at this moment in time. But Barrios is there to get a header on it. Oh, it's a lovely finish there. Is it Højlund? It is indeed United's forward man who just drills one along the floor and it finds the bottom corner. Trafford, rather than go with an arm, tries to stick out a toe, but unfortunately just that far into the corner. Lovely drilled shot from Højlund. If he's going to go with his hand, he might well get there. Trafford, is that a bit of a goalkeeping error? Is it a bit of a FIFA error with the goalkeeper animation? Either way, United's early pressure tells, and we are behind. One back in a good position, and now Pukstas gets this one over to Skov. Little dink ball over the top. And Salah has picked up on that, and that is a superb individual goal. Welcome to the side, Elias Sala. What a lovely little goal. Not the best ball from Skov. It was a good idea. Not the best execution on the pass, though. But it did get over to him. But just muscled his way in front, Salah. Got a chest on it and a little nod down as well away from Maguire. And then a shot across goal. Just into that bottom corner with those goal boots. Ramiro not able to... react in time. That's the one. Neither had I, apparently. But yeah, the new boy has certainly made an impression in this opening 25 minutes. I'm really enjoying this kid already. Can't believe in a way that Sevilla have let us have him on loan. He's 78 rated. And Sevilla, I don't know what they've been playing like on FIFA, but certainly in real life, haven't been the best in terms that they have been in, their history. In the recent years, they haven't been, flirted with relegation as well in La Liga. So you think a player like that would certainly be one that they'd want to keep, but They were more than happy. Quique Sanchez Flores, the Sevilla manager in game. Nice little term from Puckstas. Yeah, was more than happy for us to have a bit of Sala, and I'm very thankful at this moment in time that he has. Franka, Skov, good turn, and now Patterson has been released. Nathan Patterson going to get a ball inside. He can. Sala is in behind again, and Elias Sala will fire across goal, and it's 2 for the new boy, and he is setting this game alight, just causing all sorts of problems, playing on the shoulder, and it's a problem that we love to cause. Defenders hate to have, and it's so different. You know, it kind of like, I was enjoying the challenge of playing with Fernandinho up front and enjoying the struggle that we've been having, because, like, we never, certainly with Barnsley, until, like, well, I certainly remember the first year, until we got, like, Fabio Silva, we never, and even then he wasn't, like, that quick, but we never really played with, like, a blisteringly quick striker. I can't speak for FIFA 22 with Barnsley, but certainly last year, like with Peterborough, when we started, that's a great ball. Lovely save from Trafford. When we started with Peterborough, we had Clark Harris, who was quick, but not unbelievably quick. And Garner was never like the quickest. He was quick enough, but he wasn't like unbelievably quick. Oh, thank God for that. Whereas, you know, we started with this one, and you either had Ike Ogbo or Michael Smith. And it's kind of like the difference between Salah. Well, not that's doing Fernandinho a disservice, actually. Puckstas could be going a long way here. Puckstas. He has travelled a long way. He's brought us up the pitch nicely. Barrios will cut back. Oh, he should have played it to Perez, who does eventually get it because of the ricochet. That's a nice ball. Barrios will whip this one in. Oh, my word, it's almost fallen in the area to a Sheffield Wednesday player. We replaced him with Fernandinho. Very different sort of striker, but I was in... Oh my God, he's actually scored that. Fair play to him. A very different sort of challenge with Fernandinho. Whereas going back to Sala, the quick striker in behind on FIFA kind of almost in a way feels like a cop-out. Oh my Jesus. I mean, it's a great overhead kick. I don't know if Trafford should be getting beat there, though, I'll be honest, but... You know, Sevilla let us have him, so... And I wasn't intentionally looking for someone with pace. He could have played anywhere in this team, to be honest. Elias Sala. He could play... His natural position is as a centre forward, not even a striker, as a centre forward. But he can play on the wing. He could even play as far back as centre midfield. I was going to look in playing him in centre midfield, but his debuff was like just too much on it, really. Oh, come on, boys, someone make a forward run. Yeah, his debuff in central midfield was like too much to seriously consider actually playing him there properly. Whereas I thought, well, let's try him up front, because Fernandinho's been quiet recently, and yeah, he's proven to be a very good addition to the forward line. And shame that we couldn't hold on there, but Højlund's goal, pretty impressive, it must be said, but 2 on debut for Sala. I would definitely not argue with that. Right, let's have a quick look at deals that were done in January then. If we have a look by big boys, so we knew that one. So Militao to Liverpool was the biggest one of the window, although that was agreed before the window opened. 112 million for Militao to Liverpool. Gravenberch to Newcastle, 84 million. So Gravenberch, who caused us big problems. Newcastle just assaulting an army. Absolutely ridiculous that. So yeah, big move for him. Well, that'll be why, because they signed Gravenberch. We're happy to let Bruno go to Villa for 82 million. Thiago Almada. Oh no, that was August. Sorry, I'm reading that wrong. Lisandro Martinez to Atleti, 77, was agreed before the window. Elmas from Leipzig to Spurs, 73 million. On deadline day, Gonzalo Ramos to Juve for 71. Jota to Roma for 71. Adeyemi to Newcastle, that was agreed in September for 69 million. Absolutely outrageous. Wow, De Bruyne to Monaco at 34 years old, still acquiring a £64 million transfer, 64 million transfer fee. Bernardo Silva, PSG to Leipzig for 64 million. Ravella to Atleti, 64 million. That's a good buy for them. Who else there? Pau Torres to City for 59.5. Schlotterbeck to Villa, 57.5. So lots of deals agreed outside the window. Vitor Roque on deadline day. We don't even know anything about him, but 20 years old, to Marseille for 57 million. Sané to Leverkusen from Barca on deadline day as well, 56. So Barcelona happy to shift players, but then they brought in Sacha Boey from Bayern Munich for 55 million on deadline day. Upamecano to United. We saw about Coop Miners to Juve. That's a real life rumoured deal, that one. Anyone else in there for decent wedge? Wahi to Leipzig. Guendouzi to Juventus. Conor Gallagher from Lyon to Brentford. Interesting. Benjamin Šeško to Leeds. There you go. That's an interesting one. Getsuda from Chelsea already to Dortmund. Sala. That's about it. So that's all it's offering me. So some big ones in there. If we have a quick look at the table then, and we currently still sit in 11th, so we'll take that. We are 7 points clear still of relegation. Very tight in our bottom half. If we're only 7 points clear, Norwich still struggling. Leeds starting to get cut adrift a little bit. In terms of Europe, we're 9 points adrift now, so it is very much a case of Sheffield United having a good season, actually, to be fair to them. So it's very much a case of let's just solidify what we have. So, yeah, we'll just get towards the end of the season now then. And if we have a look at the calendar, we have still plenty of games to go, to be fair. So yeah, we'll just have the next 3 games then. So Brighton away, Newcastle at home, Wolves away to continue the month of February. But guys, if you have enjoyed this episode, I hope you have. Please pop a like on there for me, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one.